Alright everybody, what's going on? It is Sukaba, and today we have our final week of the regular season, the VBL-S Season 10. So, taking a look at the standings here, you can see our Thunder's division is already completely locked up. These are the 4 teams. We're one of them that's going to be a part of the playoffs this year, so super exciting about that. This game does have seeding implications, because if I lose this match, I will fall below Slushy and take the 3 spot. Other divisions not looking super solid right now as far as where these players are going to end up, so I don't really know who we would be getting in the matchup, but I'm not really looking to fish anyway. We get who we get, and we don't get upset. I'm going to try to win every game, so we got J-Star this week. So even though it's not really exactly a high-stakes match for us, it gives us a chance to try out some tech that I've been thinking about this season. So J-Star's got a cool team. He's got this Indeedee, Zapdos, Armarouge, Meowscarada. So these 3 are like a ladder combo right here. There's a cool combo you could do. Obviously, the Armarouge and the Indeedee is very threatening with Expanding Force. But the Meowscarada can actually U-turn into the Armarouge, activate Weak Armor, Weakness Policy, bring in the Indeedee the same turn, and then get off an Expanding Force and kill everything. So definitely have to have an answer for that. The Zapdos Galar also covers a lot of those weaknesses. It kind of prevents you from committing hard into Terra Dark against this team. The Defiant also is helpful against stat drops. So these are the main 4 I'm worried about. I'm also looking at an answer for Mimikyu, just because that's a very threatening way for him to activate a Trick Room. So I got to make sure if I don't want Trick Room up that I can remove it from the field. So here's what we're bringing this week. We're going spicy. All right, we got a little heat. We got a little heat this week. So the heat that may jump out to you right here is the Choice Band Terra Normal Explosion Colossal with Steam Engine. So you might be thinking, how are we going to activate that Steam Engine with Bruxish not present to hit it with an Aqua Jet? Well, I've got an answer for you, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the Typhlosion with a Choice Scarf Lava Plume. So it turns out that Steam Engine gets activated by a fire or a water move, unless I'm blatantly misunderstanding how that move works, in which case I'll be very sad when I go to the match. But I can activate the Steam Engine and get that +4 speed, and I'm going first on a Choice Scarf Typhlosion. I can also frisk out opposing Scarfers this way, so I know I'm getting it off first, and if I'm not, then I can pivot. But the Lava Plume is going to damage the opponents. The only bad thing about this strategy is that 30% of the time I burn my own Colossal, which means that I probably don't get the KOs with with Explosion. But you know what? 70% of the time, it works every time. So we're going to go for it. Also, I have the option to not Terra Normal if I see a lead where I think the Lava Plume and Explosion can just kill. So in that case, I would have no risk of burn. But this is going to be my main strat. I'm going to try it game 1. And we're going to see if we can get a Kaboom off this season. I've never Kaboomed in Draft League before, so hopefully this will be a good one. After the Explosion goes off, the major threats that I'm looking at are my Trick Room option. The Ursaluna and the Enamorous T have been pretty solid for me this season, and his Trick Room mode is lacking for those 2. The only thing that he could really speed tie that I'm scared of is the Donphin, which I'm not really too worried about. Don't think it really threatens an Oko on either of these. Maybe with like an Ice Spinner or a Heavy Slam or something, but we can play around it. And I'm just looking to get a Trick Room up. I have 2 ways to do it. The Mesprit will probably be what I opt to bring in the back of the Coal mode, set up a Trick Room, and then sweep the end game with Ursaluna Earthquake, or maybe the Enamorous Springtide Storm, because Fairy is, once again, pretty good into this matchup. The only thing it doesn't hit is the Armarouge and the Magneton, but we have Earth Power for those 2 as well. So the only coverage you need on this Mon is the Fairy coverage and the Earth ground coverage. So the Klefki's here for a standard screen set, so if I don't opt to bring the Eruption or Explosion again, that's what I'll go for. We'll see you guys in the match, and we'll let you know if it works. Alright, so we're back in the match. We don't see any real surprises here. He brought the 4 top Mons, the Mimikyu, and then one of those other Mons, the Clawitzer, is coming to the match. Probably a pretty slow set to operate on a Trick Room. I think we're just going for it. We're just going for the heat. I want to see it work. I want to see the Explosion. So here's the thing about the Explosion strat. It will Oko all these things with Terra Normal unless I burn myself. And if it's Mimikyu in lead, the Lava Plume will break the disguise and I could just hit it with a Heavy Slam and kill it. So we have options here. So I'm going to lead that. And then in the back, I want to have a way to set up my Trick Room. I mean, Misprit looks pretty good. Thunderbolt will be a good way to deal with Clawitzer. And then it's a matter of Enamorous versus Ursa. And I'm going to go with the Ursa Luna. So good luck, have fun. All right, let's see. So this could be that U-turn strat that we were talking about. It's sashed and weakness. Okay, so he is U-turning. All right. So this is the problem. So I'm scarfed. And he doesn't have a scarf. So if I just Lava Plume and explode, everything dies. And that also means it's not Flash Fire. Let's see if the Armor Rouge... Do I even need to Terra? So I'm going to Lava Plume and... Weak Armor is physical moves. So the Explosion will do 80%. How much will a Lava Plume do to the Armor Rouge? I may be able to save my Terra here if it kills. Lava Plume just... Yeah, I think I can just... I'm going to explode. Let's do it. I can save my Terra in the back. Oh, that's great. Sash comes in. Burn, doesn't matter. Weakness policy, but I'm gone. Awesome. Okay, so the Terra Grass actually helped there. Cool. Awesome. So he was trying to do the U-turn stuff. So now we have the Mimikyu in the back. I don't care if he sets up Trick Room, because I have Ursa in the back. This could be a Shadow Claw, so I could switch in Ursa. And I can just go for a Trick Room. Because he certainly... Well, he may be setting a Trick Room here. I think I go for the... Well, I definitely don't want a Lava Plume again, because I don't have Protect on Mesprit. So I'm gonna switch in my Ursa and Nasty Plot. I still have my Terra. So I could Facade. This could be a Drain Punch. So Terra Ghosts seems pretty good. I can just Earthquake and Trick Room. Break the Disguise. It's fine. He still has Shadow Sneak, but it's fine. So I'm imagining that the Shadow Sneak will be coming out into the Ursa Luna now. So let me just Protect and Thunderbolt the Indeedee, so I can get rid of it. But if he does Shadow Sneak the Mimikyu, I'm wondering if Ursa Luna dies. I did kind of screw myself by Terra Ghosting. Maybe I should have just protected. Because the problem is now I have Trick Room up, but I have a Scarf on the Typhlosion, and that'll probably die to a Shadow Claw. Or whatever the Mimikyu has, Shadow Sneak. So I do have kind of an issue. Maybe I shouldn't have Trick Roomed, I should have just killed the Indeedee. I think if I just Earthquake and Thunderbolt, it covers most of my bases. Yeah, Earthquake should pick up both. So I'm glad I didn't Protect. Awesome. Alright. So I probably can't do that again. But that was cool that I got the Explosion Lava Plume off. He just happened to have 2 fire weak leads as well otherwise, because I probably could have just rock slided and accomplished the same thing. But it's cool. Let's try something else game 2. So we're going to lead the Klefki. I want to get my Trick Room off. We also know that it's Sash on the Meowscarada and that the Armor Rouge is the weakness policy. So the problem is here, if I lead the Trick Room option and he leads the same thing, I could be in trouble. So let's lead Klefki. I could always set up a light screen if I really feel like I need it. We'll go for the hard Trick Room play this game. Why not? After all. I think the Klefki Mesprit is good because he really can't read who's using Trick Room. Awesome. That's great. So I could honestly just... I have the Mental Herb here. I don't know if either of these get Taunt. This could be like a Dark Pulse, double into the Mesprit kind of situation. But... what's more threatening to me? It might honestly be the Clawitzer. Gonna set up the Trick Room. I live thanks to the light screen. So now I can if this is min speed, then it's gonna kill my Mesprit. I could set up a Reflect and just Mystical Power. Okay. Citrus Berry comes out, Water Pulse. Does he kill the Mesprit? He does. Okay. But I could bring in my Enamorous Tea, start getting off some big damage. Just Springtide Storm. I don't think I need a Terra yet. I may want to save it for the Ursaluna. So Springtide misses would be unfortunate here. So it may technically be better to Moonblast. But I think it's worth the risk. Let's see how much this does. I'm going to switch in the Enamorous. Actually, if I miss, then it's going to eat a Water Pulse, so it's not a good idea. So let me just Dazzling Gleam and Springtide again. The screens are really helping out here. So I'm not too worried about Enamorous getting O-Code. He is stalling Trick Room decently. And the screen turns. But I don't think anything that he switches in here wants to eat this. You know, maybe the play is actually to switch in the Ursa and then just Springtide again. Get the Flame Orb so I have one more good turn of Trick Room. This is not going to kill because of the Terra. And he's going to Terra Blast. Or Tailwind. Okay. Interesting. So the Clawitzer can't protect. I can just Earthquake and then get my Klefki back in here. Oops. Just killed my own Klefki for no reason. But we still have some screens up here, and I still have my Terra. So we can protect, because this is going to eat a Flower Trick. And then I'm going to Springtide Storm. Break the Disguise, get Meowscarada down to Sash. I don't have any priority moves, though. Double Protect. Eats my Protect turn. Smart. So I think I have to Terra Ghost, Earthquake, and Springtide. So that's good. Earthquake does a lot. Break the disguise. Let's hit a Springtide, please. Awesome. Mimikyu lives on 1. I can Earthquake and Moonblast. It should be over, because I don't think Mimikyu has double spread moves. Awesome. Alright, so GG to J-Star. I'm really happy that the Lava Plume stuff worked game 1, so that was pretty cool. So we finished the season 5-2, so we're going to end up playing one of these 4 coaches, depending on how it plays out. So we will certainly see you guys next week for a playoff match, and see you then.